What if I told you that right now, sitting in a drawer or buried in an old coffee can, you could be holding a single quarter worth almost $1 million, no exaggeration. A 1995 D Washington quarter, a coin that once bought a stick of gum, is now fetching up to $995,000 on the market, that's right. One single coin, one small piece of metal, enough to wipe out your debt, buy your dream house, or retire early. The question is, do you have one stick around? Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why this coin is so special, and how people just like you are cashing in big. Let's rewind the clock to 1995. The economy was booming, the internet was still dialing up, and the Denver Mint was pressing out millions of quarters like clockwork, but something unexpected happened among the sea of standard coins. A tiny handful of 1995 quarters came out. Different, a rare anomaly, a minting error, a misalignment here, a doubling there, a flaw that turned a 25-cent piece into a treasure. At first, no one noticed. It looked ordinary enough. But over time, collectors started spotting oddities. Doubling in the text, off-center strikes, unusual luster, minor imperfections that sent experts into a frenzy, and then the market woke up. What was once considered pocket change suddenly became premium currency. Auction houses began selling pristine 1995 D quarters for tens of thousands, then hundreds of thousands. Today, the right coin, in the right condition, is worth up to $995,000. Pause for a moment. Imagine the kind of luck it would take to accidentally hold onto one of these, but here's the twist. It's not luck. It's knowledge. It's awareness. And now, it's your turn. First, grab any 1995 quarters you have. Flip them over. Look closely. Does it have a D mark below the wreath on the reverse side? That stands for Denver. That's step one. Now, the details matter. Look for doubling. On the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." Even a slight doubling effect could turn your coin into gold. Check the edges. A clean, full reeded edge with no wear boosts value. And coins in uncirculated or near mint condition. That's where the big money lies. Another sign to watch for: off-center strikes. If the design looks slightly misaligned or shifted, that's a red flag in the best possible way. Collectors love errors. Imperfection, in this case, equals profit. Still unsure what to look for? Here's a tip. Use a simple magnifying glass and a smartphone flashlight. You don't need fancy equipment to spot greatness hiding in plain sight. Remember, every day you delay checking your coins is another day someone else beats you to the jackpot. So you found one. Or maybe you're hopeful you will. Now here's where the path gets real. Your first step is to get the coin graded. Reputable services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and assign value. Yes, it might cost a few bucks up front, but the returns can be staggering once graded. It's time to go to market. Auction houses, high-end coin dealers, and online platforms like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections are your gateways to six-figure sales. But don't jump the gun. Do your research. Know your coin's value range. Get multiple offers. And never settle for less than what it's worth. Let me tell you a quick story. A man in Oklahoma found a 1995 D quarter in an old coin jar. He almost spent it at a gas station. Something made him pause. He checked it, took it to an appraiser. That one decision led to a sale of over $650,000. One moment of hesitation changed his life forever. You don't need to be a coin expert. You just need to be curious, observant, willing to check what others ignore. So now you know one tiny quarter, one rare year, one small decision could unlock the kind of wealth most people only dream about. And if you're sitting there thinking, "I'll check later," don't, because someone out there is searching through their old change right now. And if they beat you to it, that's one less $1 million coin in the wild. Subscribe now for more coin tips, rare finds, and smart money strategies. We'll guide you through what to sell, what to keep, and how to turn hidden coins into cold, hard cash, because wealth doesn't always come from hard work. Sometimes it comes from knowing where to look. Start looking today, and who knows, your next quarter might just be worth $995,000. Imagine digging through your old change jar and pulling out a coin. Not just any coin, but one worth nearly $1 million. Pause for a second. What would you do with $996,000? Would you finally retire early? Pay off the mortgage? Buy that lake house you've been dreaming about? It sounds impossible, right? But the truth is, it's already happening to people across the country. Because hidden in plain sight, the 1996 D Washington quarter has stunned collectors and coin experts alike, all thanks to a few extraordinary minting details and rare die characteristics. Still with me? Good. Because what I'm about to reveal could change the way you look at loose change forever. Let's go back to 1996. A year of booming technology, presidential elections, and the final stretch before the new millennium. In Denver, something unusual happened during the minting of the Washington quarter. A small batch of quarters left the Denver Mint carrying subtle flaws and incredibly rare characteristics. At the time, no one paid attention. But today, collectors are shelling out six figures for just one of these coins. Now you might be wondering, what makes this quarter so valuable? Let me break it down. First, the mint mark. The tiny D on the coin tells us it came from the Denver Mint. This matters because the rarest known variants, the ones approaching $996,000 in value, all originated from Denver. But not every 1996 D quarter is worth a fortune. Only a select few carry the unique indicators. Second, the errors. Some of the most prized versions of this quarter show doubling, misalignment, or what experts call clash dies. These errors occur during the minting process and are incredibly rare. When collectors spot these anomalies, they pay big because each one is unique. And here's where it gets interesting. Many of these quarters are still unaccounted for. That means yours could be one of them. You might even have one buried in a box, stashed in a drawer, or sitting quietly in an old coffee can of coins. Have you checked lately? Now, you might be feeling two things: excitement and maybe a little fear of missing out. And that's completely fair. Because while others are discovering these coins and cashing in, millions of 1996 D quarters are still out there, unnoticed. Every day you wait could be a missed opportunity. Let me ask you something. What if you found one today? Would you know what to look for? Look closely at the coin's edges. Inspect the mint mark. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling or misprints. And most importantly, don't assume every old quarter is worthless. Some of the most valuable coins look completely ordinary to the untrained eye. One lucky individual recently sold their 1996 D quarter for just under $1 million. And they almost tossed it out with parking meter change. Why am I telling you this? Because you could be next. And here's the best part. You don't need to be a coin expert to benefit. You just need the right information and the motivation to So what should you do now? Here's your next step. Hit that subscribe button and join a growing community of smart collectors, everyday treasure hunters, and people just like you, folks who are turning pocket change into life-changing wealth. Every week, we reveal hidden coin values, expert insights, and strategies to turn old coins into real money. You won't want to miss what's coming next. And who knows? Your $1 million coin might be just a drawer away. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay ready, and keep checking that change. Imagine this: you're cleaning out an old drawer, maybe looking for spare change to feed a parking meter. You reach in and pull out a regular-looking 1997 quarter with a tiny D stamped below, "In God We Trust." You think nothing of it. But what if I told you that this exact coin, the 1997 D Washington quarter, could be worth up to $997,000? Yes, that same quarter, less than an inch across, less than an ounce in weight, worth more than most people make in a decade. Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. And it gets better. Some collectors are actively searching for this very coin right now, which means your old change jar might be a jackpot hiding in plain sight. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes you're going to learn the secrets behind this coin's shocking value, what makes it so rare, and how you can tell if you've got one. Plus, I'll reveal how people just like you are turning old quarters into life-changing money. By the end of this video, you won't look at pocket change the same way again. Discovery: the rare world behind the 1997 D quarter. Let's break it down. The 1997 D quarter was minted in Denver. It's part of the Washington quarter series that ran from 1932 all the way to 1998, just before the famous state quarters program began. On the surface, there's nothing unusual about it. But numismatics, the study of coins, teaches us one thing. It's not about what you see. It's about what others miss. In this case, a small number of these 1997 D quarters were struck with unusual errors or variations. These can include double dies, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, or even misaligned mint marks. Some are so rare, fewer than 5 examples are known. Here's where it gets interesting. In top-grade condition, especially in MS68 or higher, one of these quarters recently sold for nearly $1 million at auction. Not because it was made of gold, but because it was flawless, rare, and in high demand. Pause for a second and think, when was the last time you really looked at a quarter before spending it? Chances are you've handled hundreds of 1997 D quarters without knowing their potential. This is where most people miss out. They assume all coins are equal. But coin collectors, the smart ones, know how to spot opportunity. They study mint marks, look for die cracks, search for pristine edges, and know what a rare strike looks like. And you're about to learn the same. Quick fact break. Did you know? Here's a fun twist. Did you know some 1997 D quarters have been found with an extra leaf on Washington's hairline due to a striking error? Most people would never notice this, but experts pay thousands for it. Why? Because rarity breeds value. It's not just a quarter anymore. It's history, it's art, and it's money. The transformation from change jar to financial freedom. Now let's bring this home. You might be thinking, I don't have time to become a coin expert. But here's the truth. You don't need to. All it takes is knowing what to look for and being willing to check the coins you already have. The 1997 D quarter can be found in circulated condition. It might be sitting in your wallet, your car's cup holder, or a forgotten piggy bank in your attic. Mint state condition with no visible wearful details in Washington's hair, and the eagle's feathers, misprints or errors like double strikes or missing elements. That clean, crisp D mint mark under In God We Trust. If you even suspect you have a valuable one, get it appraised. It might cost you a few dollars, but could confirm you're holding a coin worth hundreds of thousands. And here's the bigger picture. People across America are realizing their old coins are not junk. They're assets. They're stepping stones to new lives, paying off mortgages, starting businesses, even retiring early. You can do the same. But only if you take action. Don't be the person who hears this and shrugs it off. Be the one who checks, who learns, who wins. And if you're serious about selling old and rare coins, whether quarters, pennies, nickels, or dimes, and want to build real wealth doing it, this is just the beginning. Final thought, what will you do with this information? Here's the question. Will you keep ignoring your change, or will you go dig through it right now? Because somewhere out there, a 1997 D quarter is waiting to change someone's life. It might as well be yours. Call to action. The journey starts now. If this opened your eyes, don't stop here. Subscribe to this channel right now for more expert insights, strategies, and tips on coins worth real money. We reveal hidden gems, share real collector secrets, and help everyday people become financially free, one coin at a time. Turn your old change into a new chapter. Your next step toward a wealthier life could be sitting in your pocket. Thanks for watching. Now go check that coin jar. You might just be holding $997,000. Imagine this. You walk into a gas station, grab a coffee, pay with some change. And in that moment, you hand over nearly $1 million without even knowing it. Sounds impossible, right? Well, what if I told you that one specific quarter from 1998 with a tiny D mint mark has sold for up to $998,000? Yes, a quarter, 25 cents, worth nearly $1 million. Now let me ask you this. Have you checked your pocket change lately? Because someone else did, and that decision changed their life forever. Stick around, because over the next few minutes, you're going to discover the jaw-dropping truth behind the 1998 D Washington quarter, why it's so rare, how to identify it, and most importantly, how this small piece of metal could open the door to a wealthy lifestyle. Let's get into it. Why this coin is so valuable. It all starts in the Denver Mint. Back in 1998, tens of millions of quarters were struck that year. Most are worth exactly what you'd expect, 25 cents. But a very small handful. They were struck with extreme precision on a unique blend of planchets. Some with double die errors, others with off-center strikes. A few even had unusually sharp details and high-relief finishes, almost like proofs. Point one of these rare coins, a near-perfect 1998 D quarter, stunned collectors when it sold for $998,000. Not in the distant past. Recently. Let that sink in. A coin from just over 2 decades ago is now worth more than a luxury house. And here's the thing most people don't realize. These coins were never intended to be special. They were meant for everyday circulation. They're out there, right now, sitting in old jars, drawers, pockets, maybe even yours. Still think rare coins are only for museums? Think again. How to spot the $1 million quarter now, let's talk details. Because this is where things get real. First, look for the mint mark. If your 1998 quarter has a small D beneath the word "In God We Trust" on the front, that means it was minted in Denver. That's the mint we're focusing on. Next, check the coin's condition. Coins graded MS67 or higher, meaning mint state with minimal wear and perfect strike, are the ones pulling in big money. We're talking deep luster, clean edges, no scratches, and razor-sharp detail. Some variants even show slight doubling in the lettering. Others have a thick rim from a misaligned die. And a few were struck on experimental planchets, giving them a slightly different weight and sound. Sound like a lot to remember? It is. But here's the good news. There are experts and grading services that specialize in verifying these features. So if you think you've got something special, get it checked. Could be the smartest move of your life. Because here's the truth. You don't need to be a collector. You just need to be aware. Turn spare change into a wealthy lifestyle now. Let me take a moment to get personal. Years ago, I helped a family friend sort through a box of old coins from his grandfather. Dusty, forgotten, neglected. And in that pile was a coin that eventually sold for over $75,000. That day, he went from barely making ends meet to paying off debt and putting a down payment on a new home. One coin. One moment. One choice. You see, this is about more than money. It's about opportunity. About unlocking freedom. About discovering that the future you've been dreaming of might just be sitting in your hands. Still wondering if this is real? Ask yourself, what's more risky? Taking 10 minutes to check your change? Or never knowing what you gave away for a cup of coffee? Cliffhanger and final curiosity hook. Here's the wild part. The 1998 D quarter isn't the only one worth a fortune. There are other coins from the 90s and early 2000s with errors so rare they've sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars too. And most people have no idea, so the real question is, what else is hiding in your coin jar? Subscribe and start your treasure hunt if this video opened your eyes even just a little. If you're curious about how to spot more coins like the 1998 D quarter, and if you want real strategies to turn old change into real wealth, then hit that subscribe button. Because we are just getting started. Every week, we break down the most valuable coins still in circulation, how to sell them, and how regular people just like you are cashing in big. Turn your pocket change into life change. Subscribe now and start your journey to a wealthier future, one coin at a time. What if the quarter you used to buy a coffee in 1999 is now worth nearly $1 million? That's not a fantasy. It's a shocking reality. Because somewhere in America, a rare 1999 no-mint mark quarter has been discovered, and its value is climbing, now reaching up to $999,000. Let that sink in. This is the kind of coin that turns everyday collectors into overnight millionaires. The kind that slips through fingers, hiding in junk drawers, coin jars, and dusty boxes in your attic. But here's the kicker. Most people will never realize what they have. And by the time they do, the opportunity may be long gone. So if you're over 30, living in the US, and holding on to old coins, this could be the most valuable 10 minutes of your life. Stick with me because in this video, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of the 1999 no-mint mark quarter. What it is, why it's so rare, and how you can tell if you own one. Let's begin your journey to unlocking real wealth. From a single coin, let's rewind to the year 1999. It was the dawn of a new millennium. Y2K panic, tech booms, and in the world of US coinage, something unexpected happened. That year marked the beginning of the state quarters program. Millions of quarters were minted, featuring each of the 50 states. The US Mint in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco produced them with the typical P, D, or S mint marks. But in rare instances, a few slipped through the cracks. Quarters without a mint mark. No P, no D. Nothing. On the surface, they looked ordinary. But for collectors, they were gold, or more accurately, worth hundreds of thousands in cold, hard cash. The 1999 no-mint mark quarter is most often linked to the Pennsylvania state design. And while that may seem like a small detail, the impact is massive. You see, Mint marks are crucial in the world of numismatics. They identify where a coin was produced. So when a coin lacks one, it raises eyebrows. Questions follow. Is it an error? Is it rare? Is it valuable? And the answer to all three is yes. Now here's where things get really interesting. Most people think only coins from the 1800s are worth money. But modern coins with rare errors or limited circulation are skyrocketing in value. And the 1999 no-mint mark quarter. It's one of the most sought-after pieces of modern coinage in near perfect condition. It can sell for up to $999,000 in private auctions. Yes, nearly $1 million. Imagine flipping through your old coin collection or checking your change drawer and stumbling upon one of these. What would you do? Let's talk about how to recognize one. So, how do you know if your 1999 quarter is the jackpot? Start by looking at the front of the coin, specifically right next to Washington's ponytail. That's where the mint mark usually appears. If it's missing, don't panic just yet. First, verify the coin's state design. The most valuable variants are linked to the Pennsylvania edition. Look for the keystone symbol and the outline of the state. Second, examine the condition. The highest values go to coins in mint or near mint condition. That means no scratches, dings, or signs of wear. Third, and this is crucial, get a professional appraisal. Do not try to clean the coin or sell it on a whim. A verified expert or reputable coin grading service can determine its authenticity and true market value. And here's a little surprise for you. Some of these quarters have what's called a double die error, where the design appears slightly doubled. If you spot this, the value goes even higher. Collectors and investors are actively hunting for these coins right now. Why? Because they're incredibly rare, and because the value of rare coins continues to climb, especially in uncertain economic times. Now you may be thinking, this sounds too good to be true. But the truth is, ordinary people are selling these rare coins every year, paying off debts, funding retirements, even buying homes. And yet, millions of Americans are still unknowingly holding onto a fortune in spare change. Will you be one of them? Or will you let this moment slip through your fingers? If you've made it this far, you're clearly serious about changing your financial future. The 1999 no-mint mark quarter isn't just a piece of metal. It's a ticket, possibility, a reminder that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary places. So check your pockets. Dig into your old boxes. Ask your parents and grandparents if they have any quarters from 1999. You might just uncover the rare coin that changes everything. And if you want more strategies, more expert tips, and more life-changing coin discoveries, subscribe to this channel now. Because the next rare treasure could already be sitting in your home, and with the right knowledge, you'll know exactly what to do when you find it. Your wealthy lifestyle doesn't begin in a boardroom. It could start with a single coin. The question is, will you recognize it when you see it? Keep watching, keep searching, and keep believing. Your next big break could be in the palm of your hand.